what I'm saying is that it's so wonderful to feel that kind of bliss, to feel that kind of fear, to know and to witness who you are in the process of that, in the process of getting out of your comfort zone. And you will realize you get through so many hard things in the past to not do the things that you wanted to also do these new things, right? And you know what's you all know what's crazy is I've been listening to my self-limiting beliefs in the other days before the audition. That's why I feel like backing up, like backing out, right? And it's crazy how limiting beliefs and self-doubt and the fact that we're just humans, we can be a beginner. And before we became pro and or master in a specific endeavor, we need to be a beginner. But we are always being hard on ourselves to not begin because it's scary, or to not begin because we're not pro, we're not knowledgeable about that specific endeavor that you're going to pursue. And that's my thoughts, that's my self-limiting thoughts. And the past days. Going to talk about this specific topic that I gained, this specific wisdom that I gained in the past 3 days. Because I failed to update y'all guys about what's happening in my life. But it's not like it's gonna be like a vlog kind. I just wanted to like share my wisdom on it. So what really happened 3 days ago is I take risk. It's it's been so scary to take risk, right? It's not new. Knowing that you are going to take risk is so hard, too scary, as if it's going to be life and death situation, right? But yeah, congratulations to myself because I take the risk, risk, risk. I wanted to just share and the wisdom that I gained 3 days ago is it's so fulfilling to me, or maybe for also for some people taking risk is also fulfilling for them, right? But what I wanted to say is if you've been afraid of taking risk, whatever the situation is, it doesn't matter if it's you asking out your crush, or auditioning for a band, or getting out of your comfort zone and trying new things that feel so scary to you. Like just by thinking about it, it's scary as if you can't do that. But yeah, what I do 3 days ago is I auditioned for a band. I auditioned for a band. It's it's crazy. It's I know in the very first place that the purpose of life is to experience, right? As Albert Camus said, the purpose of life is to experience, because you can't do everything that you wanted to do here. So have what's the term? I mean, have justice for yourself and experience things. Feel your feelings. Feel yourself. That's it. I just I've been overthinking about auditioning on that band in our school because I have this kind of self-limiting beliefs that I am not that pro on vocals in terms of vocals and singing, and my guitar skills is not that pro too. but I know basic chords. But I feel like I'm imagining in that scenario that if I play basic chords there while singing, they will think that, oh, it's just a ordinary girl who can play the guitar with these basic chords and can sing, Yeah, that's my limiting beliefs. I feel like they're going to think about it, but I've been overthinking about it. At first, I am so excited auditioning for a band, like thinking about auditioning. But as the days goes by and the days are near for the exact date of audition, I have cold feet. Like I was like, no, I can do this. I need to back down. I've been restless for like a couple of days because of that, because of my self-limiting beliefs, and but I have this urge to like really just go with it because because the thought of getting out of your comfort zone and facing your fear is satisfying to me, and I feel like it's a win-win process on me. But also I fear being seen. I fear being seen by the public, yeah, as a person who has social anxiety. And like the thought of playing or singing, even though I enjoy music in the process in a stage, is scary to me. But my classmate in the school encourages me to do it, and actually I have this thought inside in the back of my head that I needed to go for that kind of audition. That I don't need to be perfect, to be pro, for me to perform in that stage. He said that I don't need to be perfect. I needed to just be authentic and real as me, flawed with imperfections, performing there, and I was like, yes, fuck it. And then the audition goes well. And I don't know. I also wanted to share my feelings, the process. I also wanted to share my emotions, set of emotions while I'm in the kind of audition. I I'm not really exaggerating everything. It's just so fulfilling and crazy to me that day because after the audition, it's just so fulfilling. I can't explain it. And knowing that I'm going to enter that stage and perform, I don't feel nervous at all. I just I was just like, fuck this. Like if I'm going to get through this scary situation for me, it's going to be win-win for me. And I'm going to reward myself after that. And then I just sing a song, my song choice, and just finish the song and just being me in that process. But I will say that in I'm not that kind of satisfied with my performance because there is flaws in the process of singing and playing the guitar. But you know what? It doesn't matter. At least I'm honest and transparent in that process. It's a win-win for me. I play it. I'm happy while I'm in that stage and just like it. Just so many things that happened in that day. And I'm so sorry, guys, if this podcast became a mini vlog without videos on it. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. It's my main point here is it's crazy. It's fulfilling. It's scary to take the risk. Risk that is good for you, not the one who is going to be dangerous for you or what, or leads you to the point of death and life scenario. Risk that is going to be beneficial for you. That's what I mean. Beneficial for your self growth, self improvement, and overall aspects of self esteem. It's crazy. And after that audition, I went to Glorieta, Glorieta Mahari, where I worked there for just 6 months, for half a year. And I don't know, it feels crazy that day, the whole day, because I've been really procrastinating the thought that I needed to go to my past work environment because I've been dreaming that I still work there. If you know, you know. I'm still dreaming working there. And I was like, oh, maybe I needed closure, I needed closure from that place. I needed to remind my brain, myself that it is now safe, that I'm not there anymore, that I am there at that day. But just earlier, me visiting the other day my past work, which is Glorieta Makati. I used to be a barista there for fun, yeah, and just because I've been waiting for me to enter college again. And yeah, my point is, I've been dreaming about the thought that I'm still working there. It's crazy, right? But if you know, you know. I've experienced that too. I know, and I was thinking about maybe I needed closure from that place because I haven't really say a proper goodbye to that place. I'm that kind of sentimental person, if you know. And yeah, after the audition, the scary and fun audition, I visited that place, met my past co-workers there, and they treat me free food and free coffee, and I was like, what? My point is, it's just so fulfilling. During that day, it's August 22. I haven't still forget about that date. It's August 22, 2025. I promised to myself that I needed to remember every details that has happened to that specific date. This is just so special for me. Everything is new to me. And you know what? I realized in that day too is that everything is 1 year ago now. That day, everything is 1 year. It's anniversary for me because back then last year, I'm working there on August 2, on the month of August 2. I mean, and like, what do you mean? I visited that place again on August in this year, and everything feels so surreal. Everything is 1 year ago, and I don't know, it's just happened. But yeah, off topic. Just crazy. Everything is new. I have two circumstances and things that I've faced, and that just one day. And I realized that this is what Anthony Burden, the author of this book, The Kitchen Confidential, it is, it is the thing that he's talking about. He is talking about always the thing that You needed to experience life in the most scary, flawed, ugly parts of life that there is. You need to experience that, or else you're not living. And I was like, this is it. I get to experience every flaw, every ugly parts of life. And also I get to experience every beautiful and pretty parts of life. And this is living. And in that day, I realized that I am living again. This should be what I always feel in my life. I'm not saying that I should feel that kind of bliss and scary parts of my life every day because it's unrealistic. But what I'm saying is that it's so wonderful to feel that kind of bliss, to feel that kind of fear, to know and to witness who you are in the process of that, in the process of getting out of your comfort zone. And you will realize you get through so many hard things in the past to not do the things that you wanted to also do these new things, right? And you know what's you all know what's crazy is I've been listening to my self-limiting beliefs in the other days before the audition. That's why I feel like backing out, right? And it's crazy how limiting beliefs and self-doubt and the fact that we're just humans, we can be a beginner. And before we became pro and or master in a specific endeavor, we need to be a beginner. But we are always been hard on ourselves to not begin because it's scary, or to not begin because we're not pro, we're not knowledgeable about that specific endeavor that you're going to pursue. And that's my thoughts, that's my self-limiting thoughts and the past days before I had audition. And just imagine if I listen to that self-limiting beliefs. Just imagine if there's no people who encourage me. I mean, actually, my friends encourages me, but I just don't listen because I prefer being safe. I prefer listening to my self-limiting beliefs and doubts rather than facing my fear. And I realized in that I journal about what happened in that specific day. I realized that I needed to practice myself to always take the risk if I needed to. If I know that it's going to be beneficial for my self improvement, for my self growth, why not, right? And actually, I listed down so far 5 things that just by thinking about these things, I feel scary. I feel scared doing these things. So it's a sign that it's a sign that it is a big deal and a risk if you feel scared just doing that. But I'm not saying that you should take all the risk and this risk is attached to the death and life situation. If it's dangerous, if it's costing your life, don't do it. I'm saying is that take risk that has benefits for your self growth and overall self esteem. And yeah, I don't know if you all absorb any lessons here in this podcast, but it's going to be 20 minutes podcast series now. What 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 else? What else? Yeah, this it. Take risk as they always do. Take risk as they always do. or else you will regret not taking risk. Okay, let's say you don't take risk because you're so scared about what's going to be the outcome, that you're going to fail. You know what I learn about taking risk? You don't take risk because you were asking something in return or you're expecting something. Like for example, if I take the risk, I should win in this category or in this specific endeavor that I'm pursuing. Taking risk is not that. It doesn't work like that. So far, in my own perception, my belief system in taking risk is all about I take risk because I wanted to prove something to myself that I can get through my fear. And in that process, in that very point that you take risk, you're the winner. You're the winner. That's what I'm talking about. I love talking about it. Do I need to say that again? If you take risk, you are the winner in that point. If you take risk, if you don't listen to your self-limiting beliefs, self-doubt, if you get through the, that self-limiting beliefs, that's fear that is in your brain, you're the winner. And that exact point, at that very point, you're the winner. It doesn't matter what's the outcome after you take a risk. It doesn't matter if you fail and the society's perception of failure or success. You're the winner. And that's what I talk about. That's what I think about. That's what I feel about in the past days that I take risks. That I step up in that stage singing. I was like, I'm already the winner for myself. Because I know to myself that it's not that easy to be here. It's not that easy to be here. And I was like, I'm already the winner, and I don't really care if they're going to accept me in the band. I don't care if I'm going to also accept in the band. I was like, okay, if I'm going to be accepted, it's good, it's cool. I mean, I get to experience another chapter of my life, right? But if they don't accept me, it's okay too, because it's just redirection. You know, it's crazy how I have this kind of mindset again. It's crazy. Taking risk, you realize so many things by taking risk. It sounds so cliche, but that's just my wisdom and perception so far in taking risk. And I wanted to be the kind of person, that I read about on books like Anthony Bourdain, Albert Camus, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, every philosophers or famous writers that there is. You know why they are famous? Why people love their energy? Because they fearless. They are fearless. I want it to be like that. I mean, so far I perceive myself as fearless, but I also feel that it's still not enough. That there are still areas of my life to be improved. I'm always open for improvement. And so are you. If you are wanting to take risk, go for it. And tell me what experiences or feelings or emotions that you encounter while you are in the process. I'm really interested in that, guys. Like, I wish I can talk to you all. Like, please talk to me in the comments section. I really appreciate people who comment and my podcast series. So yeah, what I'm always thinking about is that's the purpose of life. To feel scared, to feel pleased, to feel every ugly, flawed, or even beautiful emotions that there is. Experience the purpose of life is to experience. We are just here to experience, guys. That's it. So yeah, I really hope that you all absorb any wisdom or lessons here. And I'm really interested in what you all think about this topic. If you all can relate, or if you all can talk about things that you've already experienced, just comment down. Like, don't be shy. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for always watching another podcast session next week.